Hello. This is Anggie Watkins, your extreme encourager, coming to you for your live at 5. I am so excited. I'm going to post this on my page real quick. And I'm going to just talk about, are you a vivid visionary? Or just think about that. I mean, some of us are really, really visual. Some of us not so much. But I want to share this real quick on my page. But I want to talk about being vivid about your vision and just what is it that you see for yourself, for your future. So I'm going to do some like shameless plugging in a minute. I was just recently at a vision board workshop with Angela Russell, Unplugged with Angela, and it was really, really a great experience. So I realized, I mean, sometimes when you think about a vision, you talk about a picture, but sometimes there are a lot of words. Words can make the best picture ever. You know, granted, you always hear a picture's worth 1,000 words, but sometimes your picture are words. So I had a fabulous time creating a vision board for myself. And I'm just wondering sometimes, in your goals, in your life, as you're trying to, figure out your plan, do you have a vision? And is it vivid? I mean, that was like, most of us like treasure. I'm like, you know what, I'm just trying to make it to the day. I just got to get through these next 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever, this shift, whatever. And that is as long as your vision will take you, because you don't really want to deal with anything more than that. It was like, I just need to get through the day. Once I get through this day, I'm good. That's my vision. But I want to challenge you to think about more than just one day, more than just 1 week, more than just let me get to the weekend, as far as a vivid visionary. So I want to talk about like at least certain things about how to have a vivid vision and, take us away from the short call. I know the present is now, but you have to have more than just 1 weekend at a time, 1 day off at a time, or whatever is the vacation to the next vacation, because they could be, few sometimes and far between. But what is your vivid vision that you're working for, that's your heart's desire, that you really are like, I know this is a temporary job because I have a long-term goal, and this is just that step until I get there. And knowing what you have, because it makes whatever the situation is that much easier to tolerate, because you know this is temporary, short term. I'm just doing this to get from point A to point B because I have a long-term goal of what D and E or whatever looks like. So one of the things I want to, encourage you, if you don't even really have a vivid vision right now, knowing what you don't want is just as important as knowing what you do want. So like when it comes to a job kind of thing, you're not going to accept this. You don't want to have this. It's not about being ungrateful or not willing to pay dues or whatever. But if you actually have an idea of exactly what it is that you will not tolerate, behavior toward yourself, how you will not tolerate being spoken to, all that is important when it comes to figuring out what your vision is going to be and what you want to have. So knowing what you don't want, one, is just as important as knowing what you do want, because you at least have an idea of what you will not accept. So two, when you have a vision, picture it. I'm not talking about name it, claim it, or anything like that, but know what you want. So I knew, I'm just going to get a little personal, another thing. I knew what kind of husband I wanted. I knew what kind of habits I wanted. And I prayed for my husband. And so we're about to celebrate 25 years, March 6th. But I prayed for what I wanted. I knew what I didn't want. I knew what I wouldn't tolerate. And I was very picky and selective. So I had a vivid vision about what I wanted. Even when it comes to the job per se. For example, I knew I didn't want just any old federal position when I was actually inclined to apply for a federal position. I may have joked about it before. I'm like, people would tell me before, I got into the government as a grade 13 before I was even 30 years old. But somebody said, oh, just take an admin position. Just get in, fit in. I was like, I'm not doing that. I get fired. Because my attitude is like, can you make a copy of this? I'm like, you just passed a copy. You could have made a copy before you came over here. That is not going to help me get through a year probation. And I knew that. So I knew exactly what I didn't want to do and what I was not going to be good at. So I was like, that's not going to happen. But when I found the job that was of interest to me, it spoke to everything I wanted to do, I applied. Didn't get it the first time, but I got it the second time because I wanted it. Knew it was mine. I'm going to go get it because I had a vision of what I wanted to do and exactly what I didn't want to do. Everything, even when I think about it, I'm like, I'm just trudging along. I'm really not. I have a vision in my head about what I want and what I don't want. And simply knowing what you don't want is just as important as knowing what you do want and going for it. Also, write this stuff down. Everybody says, a dream's not a dream. A dream is a dream, but something that's written down is a plan. That's a dream coming to a plan. So write stuff down. I actually, I had a little prayer list about what I wanted. I didn't realize I drew what I wanted my husband to look like. And he actually knew it was the drawing. But I didn't realize till later. But write it down. Make it concrete. Have an idea of what you want and picture it. So even if you can't, if you just can't conceptualize it totally in words, also find a picture of something. Say, for example, with the health aspect, and you know what you want to get to. Find an idea or a picture of somebody like in a shape that you want to be in and keep it. Find clothes or a style of clothes you want to get to so that you can wear it. I mean, even if, you're not at that stage you want, but a style that you like. I mean, I picked, I realized I had a certain way I like to dress to a certain extent, and I started picturing certain outfits. Pinterest is a great place to do this stuff. You can put some of the stuff in Pinterest or an app or whatever, or find a vision board workshop and take time to actually put some of these things and capture your idea. You want to also just make sure you think about it on a regular basis. You have a vivid vision. You know what you want. You know what it wants to look like. Take some time to just live in the vision of the dream. And make sure you're making a plan to get there. So it's okay to dream, but don't frustrate yourself by not making a plan to make the dream a reality. Because whatever you actually think about, you can actually achieve it if you put plan to paper and strategy to action and go out and do it. Because your vision is what keeps you going. It's more than just getting through the day. It's more than just living for the weekend. It's more than just living from vacation to vacation. It's what you want to actually do for your present and for what you want to do for your future. You owe it to yourself to at least, no matter how many dreams you have, pick one to make a reality of it. Even if it's your vacation spot. I mean, they have places where you can find a travel plan, you can make payment plans, you can pick it. I don't care if it's a year out, 2 years out, whatever. Make your vision some type of reality. You owe it to yourself to reward yourself, to be able to live the dream that you want to live. Create your vivid vision. Make a plan for it. Picture it in your head. And even if you don't have pictures as in an actual concrete idea, maybe you can put it into words as long as you can write it out. Because there may not even be a picture of something that you can actually, create and visualize because it's never been done before. But you can actually describe it some way and that it's real to you. And the most important thing is if it's real to you, that is the biggest thing, that you are giving free rein to what you want. Because one of the biggest things I realized, and one of the directions during this vision board, was that set no limits on what you actually want to create. No limits. Can you get no limits? And have your vision. Because one other thing I wanted to share about one of the visions I had, have, will continue to have, whatever, is running a 5K. I've actually run one 5K already, but I had challenges getting there. One, I have no ACL in my left knee, none whatsoever. So whatever I have to do, I have to have a brace. But some people's like, well, why do the 5K? Why don't you just get on a bike or ride a bike? I'm like, no, I want my 5K, and I'm going to have my 5K. So in addition to no ACL, years ago I messed up my meniscus, so I had a meniscus surgery. So while I was actually training for a different 5K, I stepped wrong on some stairs and had the second meniscus surgery. So I'm, trying to get, regain flexibility through my entire left knee. So one, I can walk. Two, so I can run. But I was determined. So I'm still going to do my 5K. So to avoid the third and possible third meniscus surgery, I found a trainer, Walter Lewis Solutions, to teach me how to run because I wanted to finish my 5K. And I finished my 5K. I had my vision. I stuck to it. I made a plan. I put a strategy together to make sure it happened. And I did it. And with the lessons that I've learned and the tools that I have, I will be starting to prepare for another 5K. I'm going to find out a date. I'm going to schedule my time for the spring because it's cold right now. But I want to run. These little chicken sticks will have to conform. I will put on whatever braces I need to, but there's a freedom for me that I want to run, and I'm going to make it happen. I will figure out how to make whatever it is I want to have happen. There's always a how, and I will figure it out. So, to recap again, make sure you have a vivid vision. Become a vivid visionary. And that doesn't mean that you always have to have a picture. You can have it written out. But as long as you have a vision, that is one of the best things that you can actually give to yourself. It's a beautiful gift to have. So, picture what you want. Knowing what you don't want is just as important. Making a picture of it, making your picture with words, and taking time to just marinate on what it is you want and thinking about it. So, this is Anggie Watkins. You're live at 5, well, longer than 5 now, but become a vivid visionary and enjoy what can be your present and your future. If you want to talk, you can always hit me up, arwatkins@rachimatrix.com. Check out the Rachi Matrix page, or you can also check out the YouTube channel. So, till next time, see you later.